It's a new week and more comics are dropping, and we're here to report. Welcome back, Gainers, to another incredible, exciting, fantastic episode of ComicGains! And if you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this is Princess Aroa Hines, looking very low today, just like usual, doing that princess wave. You do it too, bow down, respect. And of course, there's a Coco dog.
Oh, yeah.
Bow down twice.
All right, Coco's here. All right, guys. So we're back on this awesome Monday, like we always are, to report the comics that have dropped in price this week. And we got a brand new, exciting list for you. I think every week it's a brand new list, but this week it's a brand new list. And we get to share that with you. And if you're new to the drop list with ComicGains, what we do is we scour the internet for trending lists, hot lists, speculation lists, grocery lists, anything that was a year ago that everyone was looking at. And we try to find out which one of those books have gone down in price. And we kind of give you an idea whether or not it's a good idea to pick them up, or maybe that spec is dead, that movie got canceled, and you should never look for that book again. But it's our opinion, so it all goes down. Plus, as you guys well know, Zach will give you the ultimate pick of the week, and these books are in order by percentage drop. So kind of switch that up from their original list. So going forward, all the books will go from the lowest percentage to the highest percentage. So you can see which book has taken the biggest dive. And you also know which drink Zach likes the most.
Yes.
On this next update.
And also, guys, the reason why we do the show, just for clarification reasons, people forget after about a year of something that's hot, that drops some news, and then you forget, we don't, and we give you that information. So you potentially could get those gains. Anyways, what I'm drinking is a tropical energy punch, natural flavors. I don't think it's Zoa. It's called Zoa. It's Zoa energy drink.
So
only 10 calories, guys, and it has a lot of good goodies in here, a lot of good ingredients that I'm very excited to drink. So let's get into it.
Get those goodies.
Not my goodies. Yeah, it's really good, actually. Dang, this is really good.
All right.
Hella good.
Brought to you by Costco.
Yeah, brought to you by Costco. Yes.
Alright, you know what else is really good? Hanging out with us on Whatnot every Saturday. Get those extra gains. You got the Adam and Zach show, ComicGains, bringing it to you at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we do the legendary Wall of Gains, and we give a slab away every episode. And if you stay up late enough, you can go for the main event, which is Princess of Gains show, where she hosts the entire show and does all of the commentary, and she has the amazing Wheel of Games where everybody is a winner. So come check us out. We have a link down below. It's fantastic.
It's fun. Really fun.
All right, let's get back to the drop list, what you've all been waiting for. All right, so we're starting off number 5. We got Blue Beetle, number 1 from 1986. Got Paris Cullins and Lane Wen working on this book, and we're talking Ted Kord, not Jaime Reyes on this one. And basically you got the new Blue Beetle movie coming out, and it's going to be on, we all know it's going to be on Jaime Reyes is going to be the Blue Beetle, so they totally skipped Ted Kord, who is kind of our original Blue Beetle,
right.
The original dude. And, there's a lot of spec going on. You got Booster Gold, I think is going to get a TV show or a movie, and obviously Blue Beetle's like his guy, but it's the Ted Kord Blue Beetle's more his dude. So there's a lot of spec going on with this, but this is also, if you guys don't know this key, it is the first appearance of Conrad Carpax, who later becomes Indestructible Man. So it's a minor little key for Blue Beetle. It's also, Blue Beetle number 1. But surprisingly enough, they already announced in March of last year that they were going to be using this character in the TV show.
Okay.
Or the movie, the Blue Beetle movie. And in last September, it got confirmed. So it's for sure. They already have, let's say, Raul Max Trejo is going to be playing the character. So they're taking Ted Kord's villain and they're going to put it in the Jaime Reyes movie. Interesting. I don't know if they ever interacted together, but it was a hot book a year ago. It is actually the least dropped. Zach will give you the info on that, though.
Yeah, this book has not been fully juiced, guys. Prices a year ago for CGC 9.8 was $190. Now it's $170. About 11% drop. Not much. Range is 170 to 225. Average sales 197. Pretty decent book. Pretty stable book. you can probably find this out in the wild fairly easily, I would think. So keep an eye out. This is a very safe bet. Book. Get
that book. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool book like that. If you can, a lot of times find that book for like $10, $15 raw. If you find a high grade one, get a grade, it comes back in 9.8. You got a $200 slab.
Yep.
I like those. I like those odds.
About a $40 investment, and you get about $150 out of it.
Keep an eye out, Blue Beetle. Don't count them out yet. All right, next one you don't want to count out at all, and I think this is the only book we don't have on the list. I wish we did. We got Marvel Premiere number 28 from 1976. You got Nick Cardy and Bill Manilow doing the work on this book, and this is a cool book. It's first team appearance of the Legion of Monsters, and you got Ghost Rider, Man-Thing, Morbius, and Werewolf by Night, and this is just kind of a cool book in general. I really like the series Marvel Premiere because they kind of introduce you to a lot of new characters in the series, and for some reason this book is very, very expensive. But I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time there's a bunch of books in this run that are just as cool that aren't nearly this expensive, and I don't know if it's because they're all fan favorite characters. All of them are cool.
It's a great cover.
Yeah, all those characters are cool, and it's just awesome. And a year ago, we all got announced that there was going to be Werewolf by Night, the Halloween special, and we kind of knew, people were kind of guessing on who was going to be. I think Man-Thing was already kind of announced, but they were like, is Ghost Rider going to show up in that? Could we get a Morbius crossover? And they're thinking, is it going to be the Legion of Monsters? And this book just went even more crazy than it already was. And the show came out. It was awesome. But we only got one of those characters. So, kind of dropped down a little bit. We haven't even seen Ghost Rider or anything announced yet. But you never know, and that's why it's on the drop list. So, what could happen with this book?
I'm howling to the moon because this book has dropped a fairly significant amount in every grade. Prices a year ago for a CGC 9.4, it's $1,025. Now,
so expensive.
A 45% drop of $560. Range 455 to 1,198. Average sale 760. There's a lot of sales in a 9.4, not that many 9.8. A 9.8 had about a 5,000 to 4,000 drop, so it's dropped across the board. This is a very cool book. It might be a long-term spec that of just about all the keys in the Marvel Premiere series you should pick up.
I love them.
That is just like on the same lines of Strange Tales of Suspense, Tales to Astonish. Those books are going to become harder and harder to find. So I would highly advise getting this book. And since they're on the drop, you probably want to get this book.
Yeah, this might be your time because we've seen 2 of the 4 characters so far.
2 of the 4.
2.
Werewolf by Night and Man-Thing.
Oh, and technically Morbius, but
and more that. I liked the acting, just the movie wasn't for me.
Yeah, speaking of Morbius and Spider-Man, we got a Spider-Man key next up on this, and a brand new one to boot. We got Amazing Spider-Man 93 from, this is Volume 5, Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5, March of 2022, so 1 year ago. This was a hot book right out the gate. Zeb Wells and Art Adams doing on this book. This is actually a Patrick Gleason variant. This one was kind of the one that kind of got hot right off the bat. You got everybody's favorite character, Ben Reilly, everyone's favorite clone, I guess, or maybe not everyone's favorite. I like him a lot, but this is when Ben Reilly, they kind of show you the design for Chasm on the front when he becomes Chasm at the very end of the book. And the whole story leading up to this, they kind of had Ben Reilly be the main character of the Beyond series leading up to it. And then at the end, he kind of gets his memory wiped, some memory stolen, and he all of a sudden hates Peter because he basically forgets about Uncle Ben. And that's what kind of makes Peter and Ben Reilly good and innately want to help people because of Uncle Ben. And that's what kind of turns him into Chasm. And this book was really hot because Dark Web was supposed to come out, and everyone's like, Dark Web's going to be amazing. I thought Dark Web was going to be amazing, and it was okay. It was just kind of goofy. It was a little goofy for my taste, and that's probably why this book has gone down. And he kind of turned into this weird King of Limbo at the end with the staff. So I don't know. I don't know what's coming up for Ben in the future. Maybe Zach can look at his crystal ball. Tell ya.
This book isn't Show Tunes anymore. It's not Gleason anymore. It's still Gleason, but it made it funny. Prices a year ago for a CGC 9.8 was $96 to $45. Now, about 47% drop. Range, $37 to $150. Average sales, $72. I don't like new books because I like new books, but I don't like new books as investment purposes because they're usually not enough of a time period to actually get a reasonable conclusion that it's a good investment or not. Only book as of right now I can think of the top of my head that would be a new great investment book is First Appearance of Miles Morales. But there are a couple of others out there, so keep an eye out for those. Those are going to be the future. This book, great cover, great first appearance. How long is it going to take for Chasm to hit the big screen, or even the small screen, or any screen at all? Probably a while.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it was kind of a little bit of a letdown, that story. The costume's really cool, but I don't really want Ben Reilly to stay as a villain. I'd rather have him go back to being the Scarlet Spider. So
yeah.
It's hard to say. It's a cool cover though. Cool cover. All right, we've got a first to the drop list. We got a Usagi Yojimbo book making the drop list, and this is Usagi Yojimbo. What do we got here? This is number 20. From 2021, so a couple years old. It's a little bit newer book, but you got Stan Sakai, who both wrote and drew this book. I think he usually does that for a lot of the Usagi books, but this is like an interesting one. This book came out, it was really, really hot right out the gate because they added a new character. This is Yuguchi Yamoto, and it was kind of like a dead run. This run's going through IDW, but not very many people were ordering this book. And then all of a sudden they introduce a new character late into issue 20. Then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh my God, it's a new, Rabbit character. And nobody was ordering this book, and the print run's really low. So all of a sudden everyone's looking for it. So it got really hot right out the gate. And everyone, a few people got it. Princess got a copy, luckily enough. And, time went on. Year went on after that. And then also we get March 2022, so a year after the book comes out, they get news of the new Netflix show that's coming out, which is going to be an animated series called Samurai Rabbit Usagi Chronicles, which comes out actually this April. And there's going to be a character in that looks very similar to this one that is called, and there's slightly different, it's kind of confusing, but it's a slightly different name, and it's Yuguchi Yamamoto, so it's like slightly different pronunciated, and she looks very similar, so people are speculating it could be the same character that's going to be in the animated TV show. I think it's kind of confusing, which is probably why now it's on the drop list a year later, even though we're very close to the show coming out. Zach will give you more info on it, though. This has got the second biggest drop of the day.
We followed the rabbit down the rabbit hole, and it took a big drop. And
get those rabbit turds.
Prices a year ago for a CGC 9.8 was $100. Now it's $50. Range $26 to $134. $63 is the average. 50% drop. It's interesting. Could have some legs. If people really like Usagi Yojimbo, they're going to really like introducing new characters to the mix. And if you have a male rabbit, you need a female rabbit to make some,
rabbit
sexy
babies.
time. Yes, some sexual tension, as they say. So, not bad spec. New book. So, it's kind of goes on the lines of the Gleason, the one we talked about last. But this one has a little bit potentially closer return on investment.
So yeah, low print run. I believe they even made a second printing of this book. Yeah, because so many people wanted it. So if you have that first print, it's not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
There are some really expensive Usagi books out there, as I can tell you. All right, and last, we have finally gotten to the number one book on the list, and it is Marvel Comics Presents issue 72. We got 1991, and this is the amazing Barry Windsor Smith. Also did the artwork and the story on this. Love Barry Windsor Smith. And did like awesome pinup on the back cover, and I would say, the mighty have fallen on this book. This was a very, very expensive book for a long time, and a year ago, Disney Plus shows are popping off, and everyone's speculating on what's going to be happening, and the X-Men have all come into the Disney now, and what shows are they going to do, and there was a lot of speculation there was going to be a TV show based on the Weapon X project, whether it's like animated or live action. Everyone's okay. Weapon X is going down. This is the book to get. This is the start of the whole Weapon X series, the origin of Wolverine and Weapon X, and it's an awesome cover to boot. There's like 5 or 6 books that go along with it. This is by far the best one.
Yes.
And what happens? We get some news about Deadpool 3. And our good friends Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman announced they're going to be doing a movie together. And when Hugh Jackman says he's playing Wolverine, all the other Wolverine movies get thrown in the garbage. And no one ever wants to see him because they only want to see Hugh Jackman be Wolverine. At least for the time being. And this book has dropped so much. It used to be like $100 raw. It is not $100 raw anymore. Zach, give us the bad news.
Well, this book has been shredded in price, guys. Prices a year ago was $321 for a CGC 9.8. Now it's $151 for a CGC 9.8. Range $151 to $620. Average sales $249. It's a 53% drop. Devastating. These books were, though, at one point selling for close to $1,000.
Yeah.
So
I thought this was like almost a blue chip key for a while.
Yeah,
and it's not anymore.
I will say this is my number one pick. This book will be at a $400, $500 range of prices as soon as the next Wolverine movie is about. Once you see the first trailer, everybody's going to spec hard. It's at least going to get up to $300. So this is probably the safest bet on this list to bet on for a real quick return on investment. Year, 2, 3 years, whenever the movie comes out.
Yeah.
I would say run, buy them all up for $150, and then laugh all the way home to the bank. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm still looking for this book. You can still find it sometimes now for like $20, or you go to a shop that hasn't changed their price and it's still hanging on the wall for $100. Or if you're Princess, you have a 9.8 graded copy. Just a beautiful cover. It's a beautiful cover. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the drop list for today. And as always, if you like and love the show, all you got to do is that easy thing is hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you always know when new things are going down. Because we like to go live every Wednesday so we can hang out with you guys face to face, talk it out, share some stories, some gains, all kinds of good stuff. And leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of the drop list this week and the Zach's number one pick. And if you're going to be looking out for that book, as we are. And Zach, anything else?
Yeah, sure. How do you do that? You have to love the sun. You have to love the sun so much that you go to school, eventually get a job as a solar panel expert. And then some freak accident happens in the sun, but there was also a rainstorm and thunderstorm. Hits one of the panels and imbue you with solar powers so you can become solar mad. And what you do in your life for the rest of your life is find all the sunny places in the world and just sunbathe. That's how you get those really awesome, no expectation superhero gains. I'm going Hawaii.
Get one of those like sun shields for the face.
Yes. Let the power flow in me.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up until we see you next time. Stay safe and remember,
get the solar gains.
Get on.
Every single one.